Hey everyone, welcome back to my Battlerush devlog. If you haven't checked out my introduction video, I go into what Battlerush is, the goal of the game, and some game design decisions. In this video you'll be following me on some new features I've implemented over the past couple days. The first thing I did was change a core mechanic of the match. Previously, when you answered a puzzle, your opponent had 5 seconds to answer. You would do what I called a critical hit because you answered the problem first, which is 2 health points on your opponent. But if your opponent answered the puzzle within that 5 seconds following your answer, they would hit you back with a regular hit, which is 1 health point. My initial intention of designing the game like this was because when I was versing other people, it seemed like I was wiping them off the board and getting all the puzzles much faster than they were. I'm not extraordinary at math, but I am the dev of this game and playtested it a lot, so I've gotten fairly good at it. This led to the gameplay for those people to be subpar. They just kept losing. It was a decent compromise, but in the end it didn't feel right. So instead, I went to work, changed any problem solved to an immediate hit as well as only take 1 health point away from your opponent. It felt way more responsive and a lot more fun. Also, matchmaking in ELO should solve the problem of players being outmatched. In reality, I would have just been at a higher division than the people I versed, which means I wouldn't have played them naturally. This was a pretty good learning moment, which was that you don't need to cater all of your core game design mechanics around playtests in competitive games, unless you are certain the players are evenly matched. After that, I added a problem timer which is currently set to 45 seconds. When a new puzzle is presented, players both have only 45 seconds to solve the puzzle. If they don't solve the puzzle within the allotted time, then they move on to the next and no one takes any damage. There are a couple reasons for the puzzle timer. First, the algorithm I wrote that generates the problems can come up with some really tricky puzzles. Occasionally, there were periods during playtesting when both players would take 5 to 10 minutes to solve a puzzle, maybe even more, which either led to both players giving up or the game taking way too long. Adding a puzzle timer solved this blatant issue. Another reason was because there were tricky puzzles. Both players lose a sense of urgency because they kind of knew the problem was too tough for the other to solve in a reasonable time. That is not the type of experience I'm trying to achieve. I want the game to feel intense and incentivize players to think swiftly. Because I introduced the puzzle timer, I had new edge cases to consider. I decided I needed a way to create a draw between players. Previously, the game was either you won or you lost. Before every match, I generate 25 problems that players can solve. If for some odd reason players go through all 25 problems and run out of puzzles, either because players run out of time for too many or the players are very evenly matched and they run out of time for a couple, maybe in combination, then they will draw. Another way to solve this edge case is to just generate more puzzles when players go through all 25, but then the game has the ability to drag on for a long time and it already takes much longer than what I want a match to go on for. I also thought implementing a draw system could be used in the future, and it's good to have a nice robust system that supports a victory, defeat, draw endgame scenario, like most competitive games. I've been talking for quite a while now, so let's take a walk and exercise a little, get that heart pumping. I know what you all are thinking, that looks sped up, but it's not. I just have really good acceleration during paddling, and I'm really fast. Anyways, back to it. The next mechanic I've started to work on is tries. A player now has 2 tries to solve a puzzle. My reasoning to introduce this mechanic was because as I was playing, as well as various other people, we seemed to be getting into a rhythm of just pressing random buttons to try to solve the puzzles the fastest. This created an experience where players were no longer thinking, they were just pressing buttons to try to see which worked the best. That obviously is not the intention of the game. I want players to have to think hard. The game is about battle of the minds, who can think faster, not who can click buttons faster. So I kicked off and started working on this container for the tries. I'm still messing around with it. I also did some programming, but I'm not done with it yet. That'll probably be in the next devlog. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey through this Battlerush devlog with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like. Do the things that help me out as a YouTube content creator so that we can spread the word on Battlerush. Next episode, I'll probably be working on setting up a website. That'll be like the big thing. Also finishing up this tries mechanic. The game is really coming to a complete circle. I still need to set up cosmetics. The game is going to be free. I mean, not cosmetics, a store, because the game is going to be free, but I still need to pay for server costs somehow. So, because we have dedicated servers here at Battlerush, and yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content and enjoy the videos as they progress. Also, I'm learning a bunch of video editing stuff and getting better at making videos. So thank you so much for watching. Ajackster out.